Las muchachas meten paz en Shabbat de Chanukah, la niklese Chanukah. El vino de la esterada, que a mí mucho me agrada a beber en Chanukah. 8 días de Chanukah, la niklese Chanukah. Da kiltas tomatas, las muchachas meten paz en Shabbat de Chanukah, la niklese Chanukah.
All right, everybody, turn to page 1. Okay, everybody ready? Hanukkah celebrates the victory of the Maccabees over the Syrian Greek superpower in the 2nd century BCE during the time of the Second Holy Temple. The Greeks worshipped idols and physical beauty and attempted to destroy Judaism by abolishing the Jewish practices of circumcision, Shabbat, and Torah study. Under penalty of death, many Jews called Hellenists began to assimilate into Greek culture and turned away from Jewish life and practice. Let me see. Sarah, would you come up here? But I want you to talk into the microphone, so scoot over behind me. And you're going to read the paragraph 3 in English. And Yoli, can you do the Spanish for that?
Not as well.
Not as well? Should we reverse it?
John can do the Spanish.
What?
Who can do the Spanish better than me? I'm not
Okay.
as good a reader in Spanish.
Okay, so then who would like to come up and do the Spanish? I need somebody up here.
You.
But you have to come up here. Okay, so you're going to do paragraph 3 in English. He'll do it in Spanish. Then you're going to do paragraph 4. It says to the end of the page, okay? One paragraph at a time.
The Greeks challenged the Jews to sacrifice a pig to a Greek god, but a band of courageous Jews took to the hills in open revolt against this threat to Jewish life. The Jewish priest Mattatyahu and later his son Judah the Maccabee led a guerrilla warfare against the Syrian Greek army. After 3 years, against incredible odds, the Maccabees miraculously defeated the Syrian Greek superpower.
Spanish of that? Right there, talk real loud.
Luego, los griegos desafiaron a los judíos a sacrificar un cerdo a un dios griego. Un grupo de valientes judíos subió a las colinas en rebelión abierta contra esta amenaza a la vida judía. El sacerdote judío Mattatyahu y más tarde su hijo Judá de Macabeo dirigieron una guerra de guerrillas contra el ejército greco-sirio. Después de 3 años, contra viento y marea, los macabeos derrotaron milagrosamente a la superpotencia de este tiempo.
Sarah?
The Jewish warriors and now heroes recaptured the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, cleansed it of idols, and rededicated it on the 25th day of the Jewish month of Kislev. Wanting to relight the menorah, they searched the entire temple but found only 1 jar of pure oil bearing the seal of the high priest. That small jar of oil miraculously burned for 8 days straight, and a new supply of oil could be brought.
Los guerreros judíos convertidos en héroes recuperaron el templo sagrado de Jerusalén, lo limpiaron de ídolos y lo dedicaron al día el día 25 del mes judío de Kislev. Queriendo volver a encender la menorá, buscaron por todo el templo, pero solo encontraron un frasco de aceite puro con el sello de sumo sacerdote. Este pequeño frasco de aceite se quemó milagrosamente durante 8 días seguidos hasta que se pudo traer un nuevo suministro de aceite.
To publicize this historic victory and the miracle of the oil, Jews today observe a festival of lights for 8 days, lighting a Hanukkah for 8 nights.
Para dar a conocer esta victoria histórica y el milagro del aceite, los judíos de hoy observan la fiesta de las luces durante 8 días, encendiendo una Hanukkah durante 8 noches.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause. Page 2. How do we light the Chanukah? The special 8-candle menorah is called Chanukah. A Chanukah is lit in every household and also in the synagogue. In Ashkenazi tradition, each person lights his own Chanukah. In the Sephardic tradition, one Chanukah is lit per family. When do we light the Chanukah? The preferable time to light the menorah is at nightfall. On Friday afternoon, the Chanukah should be lit 18 minutes before sundown and then light the Shabbat candles immediately. So remember this for tomorrow evening at your homes. You light the Chanukah first and then the Shabbat candles. And since the Chanukah needs to burn for 30 minutes into the night, the candles used on Friday need to be a little bigger than the regular colored candles, which typically don't burn longer than a half hour. And now we're going to light the Chanukah. Did anyone bring their own Chanukah? If you brought your own Chanukah, then you will light us along with us at the same time. And I'd like to call on Sage to come forward, but you're going to have to do it in the microphone. And can I get a volunteer to light the Chanukah for us? All right, so we're going to light the Chanukah. We have Ray. You know Ray? Ray can do this with matches. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Magic.
No, she says that we are going to join with Sage. Sage recently moved here from New Jersey, where I was a rabbi in New Jersey.
Okay.
Thank you, Sage. Now, the third blessing you find on page 3, but we do not do it tonight. It is only done on the first night of Hanukkah. So we will now skip to the middle of page 3. We kindle these lights for the miracles and the wonders, for the redemption and the battles which you, God, performed for our forefathers in those days at this season throughout your holy priests, through your holy priests. During all 8 days of Hanukkah, these lights are sacred, and we are not permitted to make ordinary use of them, but only to look at them, in order to express thanks and praise to your great name for your miracles, your wonders, and your salvation. I need a volunteer to read the next two paragraphs in English.
The main way to celebrate Hanukkah is by lighting the candles of the Chanukah.
Go on, more. Another paragraph.
Hanukkah is also a favorite family time. For a great Hanukkah party, after lighting the Chanukah, enjoy certain time-honored customs.
La forma principal de celebrar Hanukkah es encendiendo las velas de la Hanukkah. Hanukkah es también uno de los momentos familiares favoritos. Para una gran fiesta de Chanukah, después de encender la Hanukkah, se disfruta de ciertas costumbres tradicionales.
You need new glasses? That's not our problem.
Donations.
Anyone want to give her a Hanukkah gift? She needs new glasses. Okay, the next page actually is not numbered, so turn to the next page. Families enjoy sitting in the glow of the menorah, having a Hanukkah sing-along of favorite tunes. The first traditionally sung after lighting the candles is Ma'oz Tzur, Rock of Ages. Turn to the last page of your song sheet. The first song is Ma'oz Tzur. Let us sing it together in Hebrew and in English. It's on page 5. Ma'oz Tzur Yeshuati L'chana el shabeach Tikkun beit tefilati V'sham toda nizabeach L'tachin matbeach Mitzor hamnabeach Azegmor b'shir mizmor Chanukah hamizbeach Azegmor b'shir mizmor Chanukah hamizbeach Rock of ages, let our song praise your saving power. Thou amidst the raging foes wast our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but thine arm availed us, and thy word broke their sword when our own strength failed us, and thy word broke our sword when our own strength failed us. We go back to the previous page, dreidel sivivon. We spin the dreidel, a four-sided top with Hebrew letters on each side, sivivon in Hebrew. We play the dreidel game, which has deeper meaning and invites inspiration from above. It is possible that the game Toma Todo, a Spanish and Mexican tradition, was played by the Anusim to hide the dreidel. Has anyone here seen Toma, what's the other name for it?
Pirinola.
Say it again?
Pirinola.
Pininola. Anyone know about a pininola?
Yeah.
When I was teaching at UTEP many years ago, I was teaching the class, all non-Jews, about Hanukkah. I took out a dreidel and I told them what the message of the dreidel was. So a girl sitting in the front row says to me, I have one of those. I said, what are you talking about? And she opens her pocketbook and she takes out a 6-sided Toma Toda. And she tells me they play this game in Mexico. I never saw it before. So I traded her. I gave her my dreidel, she gave me her tomato. By the way, it's the same rules except it's six-sided.
Does it have the letters on it or no?
It has rules. Do you remember what it says? It says tomato, you win everything. That's a gimel. And then, how do you say put in?
To
put.
Yeah. It was the same rules without the letters, just little words telling you what to do. It's another miracle. Okay. What do we eat? On Hanukkah, in commemoration of the miracle of the oil, we eat foods cooked in oil, such as fried potato pancakes, latkes in Yiddish or levivot in Hebrew, and homemade donuts, sufganiot in Hebrew. Sephardic foods are buñuelos, cassava, and keftes de prasa, which are leek patties. Gifts. On Hanukkah, we share gifts including Hanukkah gelt, money or chocolate coins, especially for children. As B'nai Anusim, we also bring gifts for needy Jewish and non-Jewish children. The other day, we received a package at our home of Hanukkah gelt. I didn't realize that my wife Sharon, who is over here, ordered it. But in the day in which we live, it was called crypto gelt. So we have 2 boxes of crypto gelt for all of the children that are here. Like this one that's laughing. Don't make her cry, make her laugh. So, isn't crypto gelt a good thing for crypto Jews? Prayers. During Hanukkah, a special paragraph describing the Hanukkah miracle, Al Hanisim, is added to the Amidah prayer and also the grace after meals. The Hallel prayer is said daily. I turn the page. For the children, fun family ideas for Hanukkah. A Hanukkah coloring book, illustrated Hanukkah stories for kids, and an animated poem for all ages. 'Twas the night before Hanukkah. All right, now on the next page is my message about Hanukkah. The message of the Hanukkah story is important and relevant today. The goal of the Syrian Greek Empire was to eradicate Judaism and to force the Jewish people to give up their faith, and in place of worshiping the God of Israel, to pray to the idols of paganistic belief. Refusal to obey these outrageous demands resulted in death and destruction. As the Anusim Center and Synagogue, we must let the entire world understand that the principles, values, and teachings of Judaism are eternal, and that the Jewish people will not perish from the earth. During the Spanish Inquisition, the church leaders and the king and queen of Spain were attempting to do the same to our religion and people as the evil Syrian Greeks had done at the time of Hanukkah, through horrific torture devices, burning our people alive at the stake, and ultimately the expulsion of the entire Jewish population of Spain and later Portugal from those countries. The church tried to eradicate Judaism and the Jewish people from the face of the earth. We celebrate Hanukkah to declare to the world, through special traditions, foods, and prayers, that we are still alive and well, and we will continue to fulfill the ultimate goal of Judaism, namely Tikkun Olam, making this a just and righteous world. Likewise, we established this Anusim Center and Synagogue to declare to the world that not only are we alive and well, but through educational programs, outreach, and prayer, we will continue to grow as a people in numbers and commitments. At a time when we see anti-Semitism, racism and bigotry growing, the message of Hanukkah and the lesson of the B'nai Anasim is extremely important today. Through our courage, our faith, and our dedication, we will bring that day of a messianic age of world peace closer, and it will become a reality. On the next page is the line from the book of Echa, the book of Lamentations, which is sung on Tisha B'Av. It is also the line that we say when we return the Torah to the Ark. And the same words when we return the Torah. If you know the melody, it's a Ladino melody. Please join with me on page 5. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Yameinu Yameinu Kekedem Chadesh Yameinu Yameinu Kekedem. Return us, God, to you, renew our days as of old. I would like now to say a few words about Chanukah and Christmas. Since most of the crypto Jews originated from Catholicism, I think it's an important lesson. Everybody knows the date of Chanukah, the 25th day of the Hebrew month of Kislev. Hanukkah took place 175 years before Jesus. We all know that Jesus was Jewish, but no one, including all of my Christian ministers and priests, do not know the day that Jesus was born. And so they came to the date of December the 25th. But there is no record of December 25th. Even Christian historical experts will tell you that December 25th was chosen because it was the winter solstice. I don't know how to say solstice. The beginning of winter. At that time, that was a pagan holiday. There was no Christianity yet. I believe, but I cannot prove, that Jesus, who believed in Judaism and observed Hanukkah, on the 25th of Kislev, lit his menorah. And throughout the village of Bethlehem where he was born, where everyone was Jewish, so in every house in Bethlehem on the 25th of Kislev, they lit the menorah. And I believe when Christianity started, they borrowed the 25th of Kislev when they saw all these lights when Jesus was born, and it has nothing to do with December 25th. When I tell my Christian minister friends, they tell me they prefer my story because it means that Jesus' date of birth came from a group that believes in one God, not from a pagan date. Anyway, that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. Does anyone have any questions before we do some songs and have some delicious food?
One question, Rabbi.
Yes.
That time when they light the candle, that it lasts that long, that was at the synagogue that they were trying to study Torah, or what was the purpose that the light lasted that long? I mean, we know the light lasted that long, but
Okay.
what was the person?
Henry's question was, at that time, the miracle of the candle lasting 8 days, was it because the people were studying Torah? No. It was because the Syrian Greeks had destroyed many of the items in the Holy Temple. In those days, they did not have candles. They used olive oil. And they used the olive oil to light the menorah, which was a 7-stick candelabra in the Holy Temple. In order for them to pray, the menorah had to be lit. It's like the eternal light that every synagogue has today. If they did not have enough light, it would mean that God wasn't with them. So they only found enough oil for one day. It took them 4 days to go to the nearest community and get more kosher oil, 4 days to come back, but they took a chance and they lit the menorah with the oil, and it didn't go out. That became the eternal light. From that time, we started having this type of menorah as well. And we add 2 extra candles, one for the 8 days of Hanukkah, and one separate one called Shamash to light all of the others. So it wasn't about Torah study, it was about faith in God.
So the menorah existed before or started then?
No, we always had it. In the original Holy Temple, we even have experts who are trying to rebuild the Holy Temple. There was a menorah, 7-stick menorah for Shabbat in the Holy Temple. Any other questions?
Thank you, Rabbi.
You're welcome. Don't mention. Any other questions? Any other comments? By the way, I have another thing I think that's interesting about this holiday. Christmas actually starts on the morning of December 25th. Our holidays, Shabbat, Hanukkah, everything start in the evening before, at sundown. Only Christmas that I know of is Christmas Eve, such an important day. On the evening of December 24th, churches are filled. On the evening of Kislev 24th, we start Hanukkah. Another proof that they borrowed December 24th and 25th from us. All right, if we have no more questions, let's do some songs. This is a song sheet. I'm only going to do the Hanukkah one. So, let's start.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
On the first page. Song number 3 is in Ladino, Ocho Candelicas, the 8 candles. The first page, number 3, Ocho Candelicas. Ready? Everybody ready? Hanukkah linda está aquí, ocho candelas para mí. Chanukah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Muchas fiestas por fazer, con alegrías y prazer. Muchas fiestas por fazer, con alegrías y prazer. Candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Beautiful Hanukkah is here. It's that special time of year. Beautiful Hanukkah is here. It's that special time of year. Oh, candelicas, dos candelicas, tres candelicas, cuatro candelicas, cinco candelicas, seis candelicas, siete candelicas, ocho candelas. Turn to the last page. Okay, now song number 12, I need someone to explain this. When I grew up and went to public school in Bridgeport, Connecticut, when Christmas came along, I would sing in the choir. I often had a solo. I learned all of the Christmas songs. My favorite line, and this was my solo, fall on your knees. And then the choir director had one Hanukkah song, the worst Hanukkah song ever created. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay. It was like Jerry Lewis singing. However, tonight, we're going to have a contest, kids or adults. We're going to sing the first chorus, and then if somebody can make up a verse, I don't care if it's English or Spanish, see what you can come up with, rhyming whatever it is with the I made it out of clay. I'll give you one example. So it says, I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay. So like for this, I had a little dreidel, I made it out of water, and when it's dry and ready, I give it to my daughter. Okay? So, we're gonna all do the first verse, and then I'm gonna go around the room. Whoever gives the best verse is going to get an extra crypto geld. Ready? Here we go. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play. Okay, who can give me a verse?
I have a little dreidel, I bought it at the store, and when my friends all see it, they ask what it is for.
Oh, dreidel, 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 I bought it at the store, and that's for. Thank you, Amber. All right, somebody else. That's the creativity I have in this entire book. Come on, someone's got to do it. One of the kids has to think of something. Come on, Jordan, think of a song, man. No? Oh, man.
We'll do it outside.
Wait, Renee, come on, Renee. Go ahead. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of money, and when it's dry and ready, and it's sunny. Yeah, we can just sort of blur it. Anybody else? Yes?
One right here. One right here. Right here.
I don't even remember. I have a little dreidel. I love to see it spin. Oh, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. And at the bowling alley. Okay. Anybody else? Back here. Go ahead. I have a little dreidel. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of nothing. All right. Oh, now we're getting the whole group. Yeah, go ahead. Who?
I have a little dreidel. I made it out of chile, and when it's ripe and ready, I'll make you some tamales.
A really Sephardic version. I have a little dreidel, I made it out of chili, and when it's
Ready, I'll make you some tamales.
oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of chili. Very good. Anybody else? Last one. One more. Go ahead.
Okay. Dreidel, 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 I made it out of gold, and when it's dry and ready, I hope that I'm not old.
I have a little dreidel, I made it out of gold,
And when it's dry and ready,
I hope that I'm not old. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of gold, and when it's dry and ready, I hope that I'm not old. Very good. All right. Number 13. Sivivon, sov, 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 Chanukah, hu chag tov, Chanukah, hu chag tov, Sivivon, sov, 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 Chag simcha hu la'am, niskato hayasham, niskato hayasham, Chag simcha hu la'am. 14. Chanukah, Chanukah, hayafek kolkach, or chaviv misaviv, kili eled rach, Chanukah, Chanukah, sivivon sov sov, sov sov sov, sov sov sov, vanayim batov. And Al Hanisim, that's a special prayer about the miracles. Al Hanisim. Al Hanisim, v'al hapurkan, v'al hagurot, v'al hatshuot, v'al hamilchamot, she'asita lavoteinu, bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Al Hanisim, v'al hapurkan, v'al hagurot, v'al hatshuot, v'al hamilchamot, she'asita lavoteinu, bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Thank you. By the way, if this is the first time you're at our new Anusim synagogue, or center and synagogue, welcome. We are just starting out. We had services for Tisha B'Av, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. We had Havdalah services. We're going to do Havdalah services hopefully twice a month. We're trying to have our services at different times if possible.
Las muchachas meten vas en Shabbat de Chanukah, la niklese Chanukah. El vino de la cerada, el vino de la cerada, que a mí mucho me agrada a beber en Chanukah. 8 días de Chanukah, la niklese Chanukah. Da kiltas tomatas, da kiltas tomatas, las muchachas meten vas en Shabbat de Chanukah, la niklese Chanukah.
A little dreidel, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play. Oh dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, oh dreidel I shall play.